This is Ctc News with Wesley Kotar, broadcasting from Sint-Eustatius, Dutch Korea. Sponsored by UTLNV, Kodo's Purchasing Services, and Duggins Shopping Center.
It's Monday, December 3rd, 2012, just 22 days away from Christmas. Good evening, I am Wesley Kotar, and this is Ctc News, broadcasting live from Ctc Studios at Station Mall. Tonight in local news, healthcare quality system for Statius Medical Center, GVP students work at Statius National Parks, Bringamosa makes contribution to Christmas Village, and Sint-Eustatius Lions Club members perform community service, and finally, GIS press release. More details in local news after a word from our sponsors.
Thinking about building your home or business? Well, you can check us out at City Creativity. Here we can design or take your design and ideas and add our touch of creativity to architectural drawings and details which will build your future home or business. At City Creativity there are two options. Option 1, our basic prints, which includes all floor plans and details with 3D views of the exterior. Option 2, our advanced prints, which includes all floor plans, details, 3D views of the exterior and interior with realistic pictures of the entire property, giving you a direct look into your future. Give us a call at 318-1627 or 318-4664. City Creativity, where creativity stands out.
In everything we do, there is a risk, and many times our eyes are caught up on the prize. But even though there are risks, there are many ways we can protect ourselves. Be wise with the choices you make. Be smart and protect your choices. Protect yourself.
Oh my yeah, I'll be there, girl, you know I care, girl, cause it's love that we share. I will steer it in the right direction, no have no fear. Oh my yeah, I'll be there, girl, you know I care, girl, cause I care.
Ctc News, sponsored by UTLNV, Kodo's Purchasing Services, and Duggins Shopping Center.
Dutch software supplier Infoland has introduced a healthcare quality system at Queen Beatrix Medical Center. Infoland provided software and trained hospital employees to use the system. QBMC offers a general practice and a small outpatient clinic, among other services. There is also a nursing ward with 11 to 12 beds. No surgeries are performed at QBMC. In serious situations and emergencies, patients are referred to or transported to Colombia or to neighboring islands such as St. Martin or Guadeloupe. In emergency situations, a helicopter which is stationed in Sint-Eustatius is also available. In the meantime, an X-ray ultrasound machine has also been implemented. QBMC Director and former General Practitioner Paul Schatz approached his colleague Marjolie Dolekens to create a healthcare quality management system on Statia. Dolekens took on the challenge and only a few months later provided a first draft of the new quality management system. To store documents and processes, QBMC uses Infoland's iProva software suite, an integrated system that is specifically suited for controlling quality. Documents can be searched easily through a simple portal. QBMC will also use the portal as its intranet, where important announcements and news will also be posted. QBMC quality employee Granville Hassel was flown to Dutch Infoland headquarters for this reason. After a successful completion of the software training, he is now able to put the acquired knowledge into practice and transfer it back to his colleagues on Statia. Dolekens and Schatz are enthusiastic about the implementation solution. employees are already frequently experiencing the advantages of having access to up-to-date information, a press release stated. St. Eustatius National Parks, STINAPA, is working with students from Gwendolyn from Putnam High School, offering them a variety of work experience in the Botanical Garden and National Park. This weekend, the boys assisted with scientific research on red-billed tropic birds, the only species of seabird that is known to nest on Statia. The birds nest in crevices and rocky outcrops, some of the most accessible being along the cliffs of Zelandia Beach. The team was led by National Park Ranger Education Officer Hannah Madden, who extracted the birds from their nests to take various measurements. Some of the nests contained a single egg, which was weighed, measured, and then safely returned. The students took turns measuring the bird's bill length and other body parts, as well as putting a band around the leg. These bands have a unique number, which help identify the birds for future research. Some of the birds already had bands from previous years. Statia is home to the second largest breeding colony of tropic birds after Saba. On Saba, however, the population is at risk from predators such as feral cats and rats. In some nesting sites on Saba, all chickens were killed by predators this year. STINAPA will conduct its own research into predation to establish whether its colony is similarly at risk, and if so, investigate and recommend ways to reduce this. A 6-month research project to assess this will begin in January 2013. STINAPA is said to be delighted to be able to involve young local youths in its research work, also including members of their junior rangers. Photos from all of STINAPA's work with the youth can be found on their Facebook page, STINAPA Youth Nature. It is important to get our young people up to speed about nature and wildlife on their island and about the issues they face, Madden said. STINAPA hopes to work more with students from local schools by offering similar field trips. Teachers interested in participating can contact the National Parks Office at 318-2884. Bringamosa Foundation made a contribution Sunday afternoon towards the Christmas Village located on Statia Terminal's playground on St. Eustatius. The Christmas Village was officially opened by Island Governor Gerald Burkle on Thursday and will remain open until Wednesday. The village is open daily from 9 a.m. until midnight. Present for the official handing over of the contribution made were Christmas Village organizer Julia George, Bringamosa board members Lucia Spanner, Alton Burkle, and Claudette Spanner. Members of the St. Eustatius Lions Club performed community service on Saturday. Lions President Amanda Schmidt-Robbins and several other members of the service club assisted in repairing the table that is used during food sales at Charlie's Place. The table was in dire state of disrepair and was decked off with new tiles to protect the wood and to provide for a more hygienic conditions during the sale of food products. Tonight also, GIS Statia releases the following press release. SICAR discovers plantation at White Wall area. The St. Eustatius Center for Archaeological Research was carrying out an archaeological survey at the property in White Wall area that was intended to be developed for hotel and residential purposes. During this survey, the research team discovered the ruins of a sugar plantation, of which the presence was unknown until now. The plantation, probably dating back to the 1600s, is located on the higher elevation of the Quill, opposite of the Statia Lodges. The research is commissioned by the developer and related to the amendment to Spatial Development Plan needed for the realization of the project. SICAR will recommend to the developer to maintain the ruins and integrate them in their plans. The report of the research will be presented by mid-December. Up next in regional news, IMF completes review under standby arrangements with St. Kitts and Nevis and disperses $4.9 million. Telecommunications operators to boost fast broadband access in the Caribbean. More on regional headlines and later international news as we return from a short break.
In everything we do, there is a risk, and many times our eyes are caught up on the prize. But even though there are risks, there are many ways we can protect ourselves. Be wise with the choices you make. Be smart and protect your choices. Protect yourself.
Oh my yeah, I'll be there, girl, you know I care, girl, cause it's love that we share. I will steer it in the right direction, don't have no fear. Oh my yeah, I'll be there, girl, you know I care, girl, cause I care.
Thinking about building your home or business? Well, you can check us out at Ctc Creativity. Here we can design or take your design and ideas and add our touch of creativity to architectural drawings and details which will build your future home or business. At Ctc Creativity there are two options. Option 1, our basic prints which includes all floor plans and details with 3D views of the exterior. Option 2, our advanced prints which includes all floor plans, details, 3D views of the exterior and interior with realistic pictures of the entire property, giving you a direct look into your future. Give us a call at 318-1627 or 318-4664. Ctc Creativity, where creativity stands out.
Ctc News, sponsored by Utel NV, Kodo's Purchasing Services, and Dugging's Shopping Center.
Tonight in regional news, the Executive Board of the International Monetary Fund, IMF, on Friday completed the fourth review of St. Kitts and Nevis' economic performance under programs supported by a 36-month standby arrangement, SBA. The completion of the review allows the immediate disbursement of an amount equivalent to SDR 3.161 million, about 4.9 million, bringing total disbursements under the arrangement to SDR 43.101 million, about US 66.15 million. SDR stands for Special Drawing Rights, represent a claim to currency held by IMF member countries for which they may be exchanged. The Executive Board also approved the request for waivers of applicability for the end of September 2012 Performance Criteria PC. These waivers were necessary because the Executive Board's discussion took place prior to the availability of data to assess the relevant PCs. The SBA was approved on July 27, 2011 for an amount equivalent to SDR 52.5 million, which is about 80.6 million US dollars, or 590% of St. Kitts and Nevis IMF quota. Following the Executive Board's decision, Nayuki Shinohara, Deputy Managing Director and Acting Chair, issued the following statement. The St. Kitts and Nevis authorities have continued steadfast implementation of their fund-supported program, despite the sluggish global environment and economic contraction. The near-term outlook for economy is for a modest recovery. The authorities are in the process of elaborating a budget for 2013. In line with their IMF-supported programs, aim of securing gains from the reduction in public debt, due emphasis will need to be given to bolstering the tax base, containing current outlays, and increasing capital spending, as well as the capacity to buffer shocks. Over the near to medium term, it will be important to accelerate the pace of structural reforms to further boost revenue and promote growth, enhancing public expenditure. A group of telecommunications operators consisting of Cable and Wireless Communications, SATAR, Telconet, Telefonica Global Solutions, and United Telecommunications Services, UTS, has signed a turnkey contract with Alcatel-Lucent to deploy the Pacific Caribbean Cable System, PCCS, a 100G submarine cable system linking Jacksonville, Florida to Manta, Ecuador. The 6,000-kilometer submarine cable system will strengthen digital links as demand grows rapidly throughout the Caribbean, Central and South America for online content such as tourism-related services, sports coverage, and digital TV. Work will start before the end of the year, and commercial operations for the PCCS are scheduled to commence by the third quarter of 2014. In addition to Florida and Ecuador, the system will connect the islands of Tortola, Puerto Rico, Aruba and Curacao, as well as Cartagena in Colombia, and Maria Chiquita and Balboa in Panama. The system will have an ultimate design capacity of 80 terabit per second, dramatically boosting connectivity and substantially increasing the availability of broadband services. Additionally, the PCCS will increase communications reliability and help reduce the risk of communications disruption by providing cable route diversity and alternative bandwidth access to existing cables in the region. With the signing of this agreement, we are ready to roll out this new undersea system, which will offer a clear evolution path toward faster speeds and higher capacity communications. The PCCS will help the Cala region and its people to benefit from sustainable social and economic growth. Alcatel-Lucent's industry-leading submarine technology and its invaluable customer commitment will help us deliver high-quality and reliable services to meet end users' demand, said Carlos Pazmino, chairman of the PCCS General Committee. In international news, diabetes may be linked to hearing loss, study says. Diabetes has already been tied to an increased risk of kidney and cardiovascular troubles, nerve damage, and vision loss, and now a Japanese study finds diabetics to be more than twice as likely as those without the disease to have hearing impairment. In a review of past research on the issue, published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism, scientists found that younger diabetics were even higher risk than older adults, though they could not explain why. Current meta-analysis suggests that the higher prevalence of hearing impairment in diabetic patients compared with non-diabetic patients was consistent regardless of age, wrote lead researcher Chika Horikawa at Niigata University Faculty of Medicine and colleagues. It's not the first time researchers have found a link between diabetes and hearing loss. In 2008, researchers from the U.S. National Institute of Health, NIH, saw similar patterns in a sample of more than 11,000 people with diabetes twice as likely to have hearing loss as those without. It's thought that high blood sugar levels brought on by diabetes may lead to hearing loss by damaging blood vessels in the ears, said Horikawa. Horikawa and colleagues collected information from 13 previous studies examining the link between diabetes and hearing loss and published between 1977 and 2011. Together, the data covered 7,377,000 diabetes and 12,817 people without the condition. Overall, the team found that diabetics were 2.15 times as likely as people without the disease to have hearing loss. But when the results were broken down by age, people under 60 had 2.6 times the risk, while people over 60 had 1.5 times higher risk. Some experts caution that this kind of study does not prove that diabetes is directly responsible for the greater hearing loss rates. It does not definitely answer the question, but it continues to raise an important point that patients might ask about, said Stephen Smith, a diabetes specialist at the Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota. The researchers note that future studies that take more factors into account, such as age and noisy environment, are needed to clarify the link between diabetes and hearing loss. Still, Horikawa told Reuters Health in an email, people should recognize that diabetics may be at risk for hearing loss based on their results. Furthermore, these results purpose that diabetic patients are screened for hearing impairment for an earlier age compared with non-diabetics, said Horikawa, adding that hearing loss has also been linked to the increased risk of depression and dementia. Up next, your 3-day weather for the islands, Statia, Saba, and St. Martin. More on local weather conditions after a short break.
Thinking about building your home or business? Well, you can check us out at Ctc Creativity. Here we can design or take your design and ideas and add our touch of creativity to architectural drawings and details which will build your future home or business. At Ctc Creativity, there are 2 options. Option 1, our basic prints, which includes all floor plans and details with 3D views of the exterior. Option 2, our advanced prints, which includes all floor plans, details, 3D views of the exterior and interior with realistic pictures of the entire property, giving you a direct look into your future. Give us a call at 318-1627 or 318-4664. CT Creativity, where creativity stands out.
Ctc News, sponsored by UTLNV, Kodo's Purchasing Services, and Dugging's Shopping Center.
Welcome back. This is our 3-day weather forecast for the islands of Statia, Saba, and St. Martin. We will begin on Statia and Saba. Tonight, December 3rd, there will be late showers with a temperature of 84 degrees Fahrenheit, 50% chances of rain with winds north-northeast at 9 miles per hour. Tomorrow, Tuesday, December 4th, scattered showers with a temperature of 83 degrees Fahrenheit, 60% chances of rain with winds east-northeast at 11 miles per hour. On Wednesday, December 5th, scattered showers with a temperature of 82 degrees Fahrenheit, 30% chances of rain with winds east-northeast at 13 miles per hour. We now move to St. Martin. Tonight, December 3rd, late showers with a temperature of 84 degrees Fahrenheit, 50% chances of rain with winds north at 6 miles per hour. Tomorrow, Tuesday, December 4th, scattered showers with a temperature of 84 degrees Fahrenheit, 50% chances of rain with winds east-northeast at 7 miles per hour. Finally, on Wednesday, December 5th, on St. Martin, scattered showers with a temperature of 84 degrees Fahrenheit, 30% chances of rain with winds east at 9 miles per hour. That was your 3-day weather forecast for the islands Statia, Saba, and St. Martin. Thanks once again for joining us. This has been another edition of Ctc News. Ctc News airs weekly 3 times on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 7:30 p.m. and can be viewed on Ctc's official website, www.ctcreativity.com, or you can also tune in to Ctc Radio on 101.9 FM. We will be back on Wednesday, but until then, do have a good one.